What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Got This in Black. It's your boy Chukwuemeka back again with my co-host to my leftist, Dima. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Okay.
You know, that was like a lukewarm wow. It's been like a long week.
Yesterday was a Monday ass Friday.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
It definitely felt like a Monday ass Friday.
I can understand that one.
Yes. So, and Dima's doing okay. And as you see, we have another special guest with us to my left. For the people, introduce our guest,
Yes,
Dima.
this is Arthur Claude Ndoumbe. He is our fellow West African brethren
Yes,
over here.
Come
Shout
on,
out
West
Cameroon.
Africa. Come on.
Shout out Cameroon.
Yes.
Apparently today is Cameroonian National
Day.
Day.
Yeah,
Yes.
May 20th, Cameroon National Day. Yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of Cameroonian parties going on today.
We lit West Africa. Yes.
Put a little extra Cameroonian pepe on the jollof.
Literally,
Oh,
you know that
wow.
spicy one is the spicy one.
Yes.
It's a true spicy one.
But, you know, Claude does a lot of things as well, too. So, and we're going to get into that. I don't want to give too much of a spoil. But before we get into that, let's get into the fits. So let's start. And Dima, what do you have on?
Yeah, I pretty much got daily paper on head to toe. Well,
Yeah,
not
you
head to toe,
do.
But like
You repping.
sock to sweatshirt. I got this this sweatshirt that like daily paper does a good job of like feminine sweatshirts, if that makes sense. Like I have one with like a really is that tier? Oh, don't quote me on that.
It's tier.
Oh man.
I know, because I remember the shoulders.
Dang,
I love
okay.
I love that that crew
Dang,
neck
never
that you
mind.
have.
Well, Daily Paper also does a good job of feminine sweatshirts. They've got like this kind of like scrunch sleeve situation going on. It's like gathered a little bit. It's very cute. And then I got some Daily Paper socks on with my Chuck Taylors.
Daily Paper, if you want to just sponsor us, we're here.
Yeah, I love daily paper. Just FYI, so sponsor right away.
Exactly.
Yes. A little bit of color blocking going on. I'm wearing this blue skirt. It's like a blue mini. So
Yes.
yeah. That's what I got on.
All right, Claude, what you got on?
So I went like very, very classic because I was like, what do you wear to your podcast? So I was like, okay, simple. So this is a Gordon Brother hat. Gordon Brother is like a brand. They make like these trucker hat, like you've seen the animal trucker hat. So they make them. They also make like wide brim hat. So
Do they still have the Gordon Brothers in DC? Because I know it burnt down, but I don't know if they ever built it back up.
I don't know if they have it. Like we have it at Nordstrom. Like we
Gotcha.
have it. We sell the brand.
Yeah, the
at
actual
Nordstrom.
store
Yeah.
burnt down. Because I remember the first Gordon Brothers that I saw, I think it was actually in Canada. We went to Canada. There was this one hat that I wanted really bad, but it was just out of my budget. And so I remember the brand, and I saw there was one in DC, but I think it burnt down in like 2018
probably.
or 2019.
Probably. I
don't know if it
won't be
built
surprised.
back up. But
Yeah.
Smoking cigars in there. What happened?
Probably.
Oh.
Probably.
it's not starting the accusations.
Literally. Yeah. So Gordon Brother hat, white brim hat. This is Zara kind of like monochromatic, like denim pieces. They came together, so like the top and the bottom, and then on the bottom I got my Doc Martens. I got these. These one were specially made in London.
Okay.
And then, like they're made with pipe tubing, like the PCV pipe. Yeah, this
Oh,
part.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is made with that. It's like really comfortable. I wear them every day, like winter, summer, spring. So it's my favorite.
I
My favorite
love
Doc Martens.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really nice.
Once you break them in, Doc Martens
Yes.
are very comfortable.
Yes,
But once you break them.
Once you break them in, because the first week wearing these shoes was hell.
Yeah.
But now they're super comfortable.
That's what's up. And then me, I have on a Pray For hoodie, which is a brand located in DC area, and I have AL Studio 21 pants, which is another brand in this area, and then I got my Jerry Lorenzo. Fear God Californian slipper.
Mm-hmm.
I think
slippers that never came in.
Yours never came in. Wow.
I was like, I never got these, and they refunded me.
I mean, you might as well just go on.
You can
on
op-
StockX at this point because at
Even
StockX
Essence.
they're almost the exact same price.
Oh yeah, Essence.
Even Essence,
Because I need to re-up on another pair, and then I might get another color as well too. But I like the I think these are the concrete color. I like the ones that I chose. I think I was between the concrete and the oak color.
I think really comfortable. I don't know. Like I was wondering because I see people wearing them and
No,
I'm like,
they're comfortable.
oh, that's good.
Yeah, no, they're definitely comfortable. Trust me, the way my feet are, I need I like comfort, even though with fashion everything can't be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's good when I can find a shoe that I actually like and it's actually comfortable, and these are one of those ones.
Yeah,
Okay,
nice.
I will add them back to the list, Jerry.
Yes.
Yeah, but they also have a collab with Birkenstock. If you ever did like a Birkenstock, and like they did a collab for like a shoe, a slide. They're like
I think I remember
they're
seeing
really
that.
they're really cute. They come in two colors too. I think the concrete and like a tan.
Gotcha.
They're popular. They're like $300, but they are super. I wanted those. They're very comfortable. I tried them.
I mean,
for work,
before
yeah.
Birkenstock, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yes.
That's that price range for
Yeah.
sure. It's like
Very
once you get a
much.
Birkenstock, it's like a dock. You have to break it in, but once you break it in,
Oh, once
them
break,
joints is comfortable.
everything,
For sure.
everything.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah,
And I
uh-huh.
wanted them.
You
I-
still can get them. Yeah, they're still
I
all
might,
there.
okay.
Yeah, really cute.
Yes, I definitely remember these. Especially because old girl from what's that movie called? Where she from Zola.
Yeah,
was the
Zola. Yeah,
model.
she was a model. Yeah, she was a model for it. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I love her.
That's true.
All right, so Claude,
She playing the game.
talk to us. Let's start from the beginning. Tell us about early days growing up. Any memories of fashion that you have that first kind of like that sparked things. Talk to us about where it all started.
I think my love for fashion really stemmed from like my family. I like literally the most vivid memory that I remember growing up is like I had this one uncle, and he was like one of the most fashion forward people that I know. I remember like I learned my love for loafers, and like crisp white button up shirt came from him because he always had a pair of loafers, like those driving loafers. Loved them. He probably had them in every color, like red, black, like the croc. Like he literally with the the driving loafer with the like the link on them, like very specific. I just those like earliest memory of fashion that I remember. And then like my dad with suits and like a star shirt. My mom always like she was always like Sunday best, always wearing like a monochromatic piece. Even like because she go to church, she had to wear white because she was like a member of the church choir, so she had to wear white. Like those monochromatic pieces were always ingrained in my head. And then like when I started getting dressed by myself, it was like pretty much emulating what I saw when I was a kid. So I was doing loafers. I was doing a mix of like preppy and straight. I was doing like very much every place that I live in. Like growing up in Cameroon and growing up in DC, both of them influenced the way I ended up dressing. Even in college, going to school in Tennessee to a proper school also influenced all of that. So it was a hodgepodge, a mixture of like prep, African style, DC style, and it's pretty much make me as the way I dress, and that inspired me to love fashion even more. So I was starting to get into magazine, like looking at Naomi Campbell, looking at Andre Leon Talley, reading like magazine art, like reading Vogue and being like, oh, I can actually do a fashion story like this. I can tell the story of like this using clothes to express the feeling that I want to express. Like, so that's really where my love for fashion came from, and my desire to become a stylist later on in my life.
Gotcha. No, that's so you grew up a Vogue kid like Ndima did.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did I'm just curious, you're talking about that was like your love of fashion. So as you were growing up, did you feel like that love could turn into like a career? Like were you immediately thinking that?
No, not really. Like it's also growing up as African, like growing up African, like you are like literally you go to school, you have to go to college, and then when you go to college, you have to get a career that actually matter. You either have to be a teacher, lawyer, doctor, engineer. So like that was like already ingrained in me. Like I didn't even think about all of that. I didn't think about taking creative classes in college. It was like a hobby. Like this is like, oh yeah, what you doing a hobby, but it's not what's gonna pay your bills. It's not. It's definitely never gonna pay your bills, because how are you gonna explain to your African mother that you want to be a fashion designer, or you want to be a creative stylist, or do you want to style people for a living? Like, how can you tell her that, and then how she will understand that? It was like it was very much not. It was a non-starter. So I went to school I was trying to go to school to become an international international relation major.
Oh
like,
my God, why are
yeah,
we plotting exactly the same?
literally
Oh,
like,
wow.
literally like, I was thinking like
That's so
work for an
funny.
embassy because that's what my dad did. Like work for
Uh-huh.
the embassy, like be a diplomat. Then I
Gotcha.
was like, I got to college, I started taking those classes, and I was like, I hate this shit. Like, why would I be taking this? And then I was like, okay, I can be a teacher. So I literally like follow my love for teaching and dance. So I major in like education, my major with a French study focus, and then I was a dance minor. And as soon as I got out of college, I was a teacher. Like I taught fifth grade, and I ended up teaching early childhood education. Did pre-K 4 and pre-K 3, and then kindergarten.
Oh, wow.
And during the summer, I was teaching dance classes at summer camp. So I literally did that for 5 years, and then like
Wow.
during the pandemic, like something hit, and I was like, why am I doing this? And I don't really enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
Like, why am I like killing myself doing this? And I was like, let me apply to
Got
fashion
Chuck
school.
over here
Yeah.
sighing.
Because it's like I feel like the pandemic was so just like it was so pivotal. Like I just
Yeah.
wonder how we're gonna talk about that in like 20 years, in
Literally.
like 30 years. But I feel like during the pandemic, a lot of people were just like, "Yo, why am I doing what I'm doing?" Like I feel
Yeah.
like it was a catalyst for a lot of people to be like, because it's like I feel like in America, like there's such a path set for you.
Mm-hmm.
Go to elementary school, cool. You go to college, you take out loans. You come out of loans, you get a job. Then you're working to pay back your loans. Then you buy a house. Then you're working to pay back your loans and your house. And then you wake up and you're 60 with a house paid off. You finally loans paid off, but then average life expectancy, let's say 75. You got 15 years to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And not one time did you think about what is my purpose and why did God put me on this earth? And I feel like this society is designed for you not to think that. They just want you to get in line and be a worker bee. And I feel like the pandemic was the first time people could actually stop and sit back and be like, why am I doing this?
Yep.
What am I
Yep.
doing this for? Is
Yep.
it worth it? So as ugly as it was, just because there was so many deaths, it was a scary time. It did afford an opportunity that a lot of people had just to sit back and reflect
Yeah.
and possibly pivot. So
Yes, that
yeah.
like that reflection time, and like I think also going back to therapy, and like my therapist was saying it's okay to take this time to just like relax and
Yeah.
chill and like
Yeah.
not do anything. And like I miss my friend, all stuff, but within that time of reflection, I was like, what do I really want to do in my life? And funny things, I also 2 year prior, my boyfriend at the time and we started a magazine together. It's called Into Black Style, and it was literally pretty much a way for us to kind of highlight black fashion in DC. And then we had 3 issues under our belt before the pandemic, and then like I was a successful creative director with that magazine. Like I literally created 3 issue, developed like created a fashion story for 3 different issue, planned the photo shoot for it, executed and made it happen, and then edited the picture, and then still like literally published 3 magazines, 3 issues.
Wow.
Which is crazy. And I was like, I can do this. And like during the pandemic, and I saw that, I was like, oh wow, I don't like my job, so why don't I do this other job full time?
Yeah.
And then my friend was supporting me, and they were like, oh yeah, you should definitely apply to fashion school. What do you have to lose? So I applied to the new school for they have a continuous degree program. It would have been like a additional bachelor degree, because like you use my credit from undergrad, and then like for me to continue to just get like a bachelor degree in fashion design. So it was pretty much that I got accepted, which is crazy. I got accepted. I was literally supposed to move to New York. I literally had everything planned. Literally had a job already lined up in New York. Got like another job interview lined up. Like that summer, I was like going to New York crazy. Summer of 2020, I was going to New York like there was like nothing, and
Except the summer I saw you in New York.
Yes, that was. Yeah, I was in there like literally. It was so easy. But then the school ended up not giving me the money that I wanted to attend, because it's expensive. It's one of the most expensive school in New York. It's like the tuition is $50,000 a year, not even including room and board. Room and board, it's like 85, like just a year.
So 50,000 not including room and
Nope.
Wow.
It's New York City, and then that's not including room and board. So I was like,
that's crazy.
I don't know, and I didn't mind that the school did not give me room and board, but like literally tuition, I'm like, how am I gonna afford this?
Right.
So it was making the right decision at that time. It's like, do I go to New York and like suffer pretty much, or do I stay here and then keep pushing through
Right.
like the industry and like still do job? So I decided to stay, and it was kind of like a good decision because I started getting more jobs. Like I did 2 magazines the past year, with like just the friends, like connection to friends and everything. So one my best friend and I, we started a kind of a business of creative production. So pretty much what we do, we can do set design, we can help with the shooting, we can help with the models, like the setup, like the environment, all of that. So I've done, we did 4 different projects in the past 2 years. 2 of them were with published magazines. So like one of them with the Washingtonian, and the other one was with SS magazine. And we get to work with Meagan Good, which was like amazing.
Oh, Tayo.
Like,
We had
they
him
with
on.
Tayo, like
Yes.
literally. So within that 4 years that I was like doing like the creative direction, I met Tayo, and then like we worked on a project together for this brand, for this company that we're working with, No Invite, and we were representing an artist, and we did Owo, we did like the cover. She's like a Nigerian artist, also from Maryland. We did the cover shoot for a beginning EP. That was the first work we did with Tayo, and then after that, we did a project called Giving Black Women Flowers. So it was after the pandemic. All the Black women activists in DC that was on the forefront of like the movement of like during the pandemic, of like the marching around DC. We literally honored them. The person that spearheaded the project is one of my friend, Allegra. So she has a nonprofit called blanking the name of the nonprofit, but it's about providing food. She started during the pandemic. It was about providing food to protesters during the pandemic. So she was doing that. She was in the front. And in order to like highlight those forefront women, Black women, she created this project, Giving Black Women their flowers. So we pretty much set up the space, created the backdrop story, and help these amazing Black women kind of prepare for the photo shoot. And we had a photo series. It was amazing. That was like the first project we did, the main project we did with Tayo. So it was really good. And from that project stem like really a lot of relationships we had with Tayo. And then after that, it was like literally a couple of months after, he was like, "Oh, I have this project, and I want you to work on it. Send us the visual, and was like, okay, this is what I think." And literally, my friend Alam and I literally created a whole concept out of that vision that he sent us. Help with the shooting. The team that he brought together was amazing. From the stylist that he brought, the makeup artist, to the model that he brought. It was just like, it was a crazy, crazy shoot. And that shoot was so popular that we actually got posted on the New York Times Square, which was like, I was like, it's like, I'm just like saying, it was like, it was crazy. I literally, from like doing this project, like where you just meet your friend and your friend say, "Oh, y'all dope. Let me join me to do this project," and then the project ended up being on Times Square. It was like amazing. And then from that, Tayo like called us when he had to do the cover for the Washingtonian. I was like, yeah, there's no other team I'd rather work with. Like, work with y'all. And then same thing with the Essence shoot. He literally called us in DC. He was like, "Can you be in LA this week?" And I was like, "What?" And I was like, he was like, "Oh, we might be shooting Meagan Good." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna move everything in my life right now
like,
to do this shit. Like,
that's
we're
one
gonna
of
make
them-
this happen. We're
that's
gonna
one
make
of
this
them
happen. We are
calls.
literally gonna make this happen."
That's one of them calls.
It was dope. So it's been a great, interesting journey. I'm not gonna lie. Like, from like me not thinking about like, is fashion gonna be like a business that I get into, to now like I'm actually seeing that I can do this. I can make this work.
Yeah.
I can pay my bills with this.
Yeah.
That's key.
It's not just a passion. It's like it actually is turning into something, which is it's wild. But I'm like super, super grateful for everything. Yeah.
That's so exciting. Well, I mean, one thing we wanted to talk about is like just the trajectory, like breaking into fashion. So like, I'm just like wondering, like, what have you learned along the way? And like, obviously you're still like forging your path and, you know, figuring out what's next for you. But what have you learned along the way that you would share with like our audience for folks who are trying to break into fashion as well? Because I feel like that's like the kind of the top question people are asking, like, "Oh, do I need to go to school for this?" Or like, "How does this even work?"
I think the first thing is actually you need to figure out what you're good at. Like, that's the one thing. Figure out what you're good at. And it's okay if you're good at multiple things. Like, it's funny because like that's where I found myself at. Like, I was good like in front of the camera, I was good behind the camera. I was good at setting up the scene because like I have this thing where I have a vision in my head and there's a way in which I'm able to communicate with like my partner Alame. And I think that's really what worked, like the team that I have.
Yeah.
So
that's
first,
really important.
figure out what you're good at.
Okay.
Then figure out a team
Right.
that's good, like I'm supporting you with
Right.
your idea because I'm a big picture person. I'm like literally I have that big picture in my head. I know what I need to do, but like the small details are
Yeah.
usually what I forget.
Yeah.
So my Alame, my business partner, and then like my Jalil, which is my current business partner again with the magazine. Both of them are really great at literally listening to me and being able to like pull those ideas out of me and like reminding me of like the small detail that need to happen. So we work so great together that like I don't think without them, like a lot of things would not happen.
Yeah.
Like literally a lot of things would not happen. So first, figure out what you're good at, which I literally identify. I'm good at styling. I'm good at like the creative vision, and I'm good at like giving direction to like model and photographer to achieve what I want. Then figure out the team that work best with you to get that vision started. And it's okay also to pivot when you get to a place and you like the idea that you had is not the idea that's working. Is being able to pivot or
Right.
being able to be flexible is also a key thing because sometimes
It's like
you might think that like this is what's gonna happen,
Yeah.
and then you get there something else is happening,
Right,
and then you have to be able to be flexible and like be like
Yeah.
think quickly on your feet to be able to change the idea
Right.
and not to waste the time.
Especially
Because
if you're at a photo shoot.
yes,
like, 'cause
literally.
Yeah,
that
you have to
world
be-
is-
literally,
it's moving so
literally.
quickly.
It's like you don't have the material that you thought you're gonna have when you come to the photo shoot. What can I do now? How can I
Right.
change that? How can I make this idea happen with something else? Like,
Yeah.
so it's very much like the flexibility, the knowing what you're good at, and then having a team that can pull it out of you. That's
Right.
really like the best. The three advice I can give because everything else, once you have the talent, you have the talent. No one can deny your talent. Like there's nothing that anybody can do to deny your talent.
Yeah.
It's gonna shine through. And then if you have that team that can pull it out of you, it's bad. And if you cannot get frustrated, like if you face a challenge, don't get frustrated with that challenge and be flexible and think around outside the box with those things, you literally gonna have a easier time.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned, I don't know, Chucky had a question, but you mentioned that also like it's okay to like different things and be good at different things. And I know like from me talking to you like, 2 years ago, something like that, like you mentioned that you were doing styling. I'd love to hear a little bit more about like, are you currently still doing styling? Like, what does that look like as far as like the folks you like to style? What's inspiring to you as a stylist? Is that still part of your grander vision of like where you end up?
Yes. Styling is, I think my view, like what I came into fashion was styling. Like I always love putting stuff together because it's like, oh yeah, I see this. Like maybe like you watch a fashion show. Like let's say you watch a fashion show from Versace. You see, oh yeah, this piece that Versace did, can go with this Gucci piece that I saw last week, or can go with this idea of like Under the Sea. Like I'm just taking Under the Sea as an example. Like for example, I'm gonna give a perfect example. I don't know if you saw the shoot that Halle Bailey did
the hell I
for
did.
Vogue Arabia about like the whole. It was like under the sea theme, everything. But it's literally how the person that created that whole vision took a Schiaparelli dress that was in last year collection and was like, oh, this will go perfectly with Under the Sea. Like it's literally like that person brain was like, I saw this and I saw this and let me put it together. And then somebody else didn't put it. And that's the styling part for me. Like it's always gonna be that love for fashion of like looking through fashion magazine and seeing pieces and be like, I remember this piece in my head, and now I can connect this to another piece and make sure that somebody else wear it. And currently, I'm doing styling at I work for Nordstrom. I'm a sales associate and stylist. I'm doing like when customers come in, asking me like, okay, I need help figuring out what I'm gonna wear to this event. That's what I'm pretty much doing, like pointing them out what I have in the store, what I don't have in the store, taking the ideas they already have. They say, I'm thinking about wearing something like this, and being like, oh yeah, what about something like this will work instead? Or what can help them complement what they already have in their closet and kind of like highlight what they want to highlight in the thing. So I've like this past year and a half that I work in Nordstrom, I've helped a lot of people kind of figure out what they want to wear, and how that can help enhance or make them feel better. And I think that's the part of styling that I love the most.
What kind of steps are you taking to sort of build your personal brand and like network in the fashion industry, especially because this area is also not big on fashion, and you seem to make some great connections. Like you built a team, and you also created a connection that's gotten you on Essence, gotten you in multiple magazines. So what do you do in order to start to build your personal brand and also start to build your network in the industry?
Oh wow, that's actually one thing I'm struggling at. Like so for Tayo, I was lucky. That I met him because he was a friend of a friend. That's how we met. Same with so. First, I would say I'm a very friendly person. When I go out, it's easy for me to make friends right away. Like it's like so easy. So from that perspective, when I go out, I meet people. Then we exchange Instagram. They see what I do, and then kind of like it's where we literally they be like, oh, you should meet this person, or you should meet this person, or do introduction kind of like that. And that's really how I build my network. But I think I need to be more intentional with it in a way of like, okay, that's more like, yeah, this is more like a fashion connection that I need to do and pursue even more. Naturally, I just let it go naturally, and then like don't really like use a connection as much as I should, because if I were to use my network even more, I'll probably be a little bit further than what I am right now. But that's what I'm saying. I need to just get better at it. But usually I just meet people naturally and then like strike up conversation about fashion.
That's the best way to do it.
Even like when you're out and you be like, I really love your outfit. I really like that. And or somebody like will compliment what I'm wearing, and then I'm like, yeah, I work at Nordstrom. We sell this at Nordstrom. I can send you the link right now. Like literally, very much like do that sometime like that. Yeah,
how we met.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
we just-
literally, literally.
All right, so no, that definitely works for sure. Excuse me. So tell me a little bit how you figured out, because you said you have a lot of interests. You said a lot of stuff that you're good at. How did you kind of figure out those interests? How were you able to sit upon that? Because I can think of somebody sitting like, I want to work in fashion, but I don't know what I'm good at, or I don't know what to do. Like, how did you go about kind of honing that? Okay, I know I can be a stylist. Okay, I know I can do creative production as well too. How did you go about that process?
I think it's trial and error, very much trial and error. I knew that I love fashion, like so. Literally, I love watching fashion show.
Okay.
Like actually watching the show, and I feel like when you watch like the '90s fashion shows, like the Yves Saint Laurent, the like Christian Lacroix, or like the Dior show, like or the Chanel show, they were a production.
Yeah.
They were like
That's the
a
production part,
production, like telling a story,
Yeah.
like from the beginning to the end. Now fashion show are like straightforward and like showing the clothes. It's not really like as extravagant as they used to be. So I fell in love with that extravagance and like telling the story, and like also the fabric, the way the fabric flowed, the way the mannequin, the model walked through with the clothes, the power, showing the storyline, and how every show was kind of different from the last. That really what made me love fashion. So I realized from there, I was like, okay, how can I be part of that? How can I do that? How can I create that? So what they had to narrow down, I was like, I don't want to be a fashion designer. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to create new pieces. I don't want to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
But what I want to do is put these things together. Like I want somebody else to create, and then me putting it together, putting it on people, and then like putting on a TV show or a fashion story, a fashion film that just so I want people to feel the emotion I want to feel. That's really where I realized I wanted to be a stylist, or I want to be a costume designer, part of the costume build team, because I wanted to tell a story with clothes in a way that would make people feel something. And then also production came into that, because like the things like it's just not putting the clothes together. It's also how do you highlight the clothes?
Yeah.
How do you present them? How do you who wear them?
And that's
kind
also
of like
part
that.
of evoking the emotion, like how it's displayed.
Displays, yeah.
You know that.
Very much that. It's like, and that's why I got into like creative direction, because then as a creative director, you get to like it's the ideas in your head, and then you get to show the idea how it appear in your head to other people. And in order to do that, you need to be able to really tell a videographer like shot from this angle, take zoom in, zoom out, like pan this way. So you kind of have to learn that, and that forced me to kind of like learn about like how to take pictures, how to what lighting I want, what exposure I want. Like I'm not the best photographer, but like I can take a camera and I can
enough just
like
to get your
to
vision
do it. Like,
across.
and I also know about how to pose, how to display something. That I learned that because I wanted to be able to teach the model like this is how I want you to do something. So by kind of doing every aspect of that eliminated what I didn't want to do and what I was like I really enjoyed. And out of all of that, styling and creative direction is the thing that I get the most joy out. Even when I'm the model, I'm like, damn, I look at the picture later and I'm like, somebody should have told me that I should have just moved this arm slightly. But because I wasn't behind the camera, I couldn't see it. I was in front of the camera. So that's why I was like, I don't really like modeling like that. People, and a lot of my friends say, you should model. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it because I want to be able to control how the picture come out. And sometimes I can't control that when I'm like behind the camera and I can't see anything.
Yo, we should call Claude whenever we need to pronounce. Me and Chuck, we struggle. We be like, you someone wrong. Like, we need to call somebody. Phone Claude. How do we pronounce this brand? You know, we
phone a
spoke
friend.
on the black brands. We can say those names, okay? Brandon Blackwood. I can say that.
Very simple team there.
No, it's because of French.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's literally that. Like literally. That's even. It's funny when you say I feel like Balmain is the one that I get frustrated with, and how people say Balmain, and I'm like, no, it's not Balmain. It's en français. You say Balmain. Yeah, Balmain. You don't pronounce the N. It's Balmain. Yeah.
Balmain.
Yeah, because even like hands in French is main. So like the last part of Balmain is like it's hand. It's like Balmain. So you say Balmain. You don't say Balmain. It's like
So in French, you don't pronounce the last.
So you don't pronounce the last T. You don't pronounce the T, the D, the N, and the M at the end of words.
Okay.
It's like there's a whole rule to it. Like, and then there's some words you break.
Why they there? Why they there? Why they there? Just why they there?
Yes. French is like a rule. They make their own rule and break the rules at the same time. There's like.
Chuck, we struggling.
Bruh. Remember that one that couture episode? That was.
We were like,
Haute couture.
like disclaimer. We about to butcher all these right now because it's not.
Not my language. I do a little Spaniel.
Yes. But I'm interested now. Tell me a little bit about your process when you're doing your creative direction, and also where you draw your inspiration from as well too.
Oh, I draw inspiration from anywhere, like very much anywhere. I think for the magazine we did a shoot. I haven't released that yet. The last shoot that we did for the magazine was Masculinity in Bloom. I haven't actually released the pictures or released the issue for it, and that came about when like spring. I remember exactly spring 2020. When we were still in confinement, and like it was like April, the end of April, when we were allowed to go out. Like we were literally you could go to a grocery store, you can go, because you remember March we were locked down completely.
Right.
Then April we were able to go out. I remember I actually walked from my house all the way. No, I walked from my ex house all the way to the Washington Monument. He lived on, like, if you know DC, he lived on 14th Street, 14 and Monroe, like by Columbia Heights.
Oh,
yeah, so
yeah,
yes. So like 14 and Monroe, and I literally walked. Like I got on 16th Street, and I walked from there all the way down to the Washington Monument, and I remember going, like, when I was going to it, I was just taking pictures of flowers, like taking pictures of flowers and like literally and seeing like how the world changed and like the bloom. And I also at time we were talking about fragile masculinity and like toxic masculinity. And I was like, why don't just I do a shoot about like men with flowers, like black men with flower, and then also we can explore the relationship with what masculinity means to every single black man, like that I'm deciding to shoot. So from there, the idea of masculinity in bloom came about. It's like literally flowers and men. But now, how do we portray flowers and men? Do we just have each of them wear a bouquet? Do I have each of them like have a flower crown? Like, what is it all about? So from then, the idea really blew, like, pun intended, bloomed into like what he was like, and he was. I created like 5 different looks. Literally looked at Pinterest is my favorite tool. Like literally, Pinterest is my favorite tool.
Helpful.
Like literally, it helps you concentrate ideas and like get so many different images and be like, okay, I want something like this, but I don't want like this. I want to combine these 2 images together. I want to like very much like to, and from there, I literally do a mood board with everything that I have. I want like from like pictures of flowers, pictures of like of poses, pictures of different things, like pictures of outfit that I want to bring in there, and literally have a hodgepodge and then just show it, present it to my team and be like, this is what I'm thinking. And then like, oh yeah. Then we bounce back idea and be like, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? And from that shoot, actually, that's when we knew we can, my friend Alame and I, we knew that we can set design. But from that shoot, we really knew that we were a set designer. Because we created a set from scratch. Literally build this thing by hand. Hammer and nails, bang, 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 bang. Painted the whole thing. Had to go to Lowe's to choose like the plywood, do measurement, and like literally choose the color that we wanted to paint it. Like it was literally a crazy, crazy roller coaster. But we knew from that moment that like we literally can create anything we want to create, because as long as we have the idea, we can do so many research to make it easy. And from that moment, it was like, okay, I'm a set designer now. Like, I'm not just a stylist. I'm not just a creative director. I'm a set designer. And I can do this, because the process from the idea to the finish line, it's like, wow, I really did this.
That's so dope. So Chuck asked you about your inspiration. So we ask every guest this. What is your favorite black fashion moment?
Damn. This is hard. Because there's a lot of fashion moment. And just going back to your Summer Podcast episode that you did, you highlighted probably one of my favorite person, Jodie Smith-Turner.
Oh,
I love that woman.
This is Turner.
And she cannot do any wrong with a Gucci she's represented by Gucci.
This is Gucci.
She's literally she's like just that. But I think my favorite black fashion moment is every black celebrity at the 2015 Met Gala. It was China through a looking glass. I remember every look that every black celebrity wore that year, because all of them slayed. It was Rihanna, probably one of Rihanna's greatest look. She was wearing that yellow gold paint.
Oh my gosh.
That trench, like it was like, and then like you had Andrew Leontali waiting for her at the end of the runway and saying drama. It's like, this is what it's all about. Like literally, it was just like everything. And then also Beyonce looked so good. That look, that high ponytail and that see-through dress. I have that picture on my phone. It's still like one of the pictures I look and I'm like, damn. And she looks so young. Like it was 2015, but she looks so young. Like I don't think there's a Beyonce. And the thing is, I'm a Beyonce fan, but I don't think Beyonce is a fashion girl. And I'm gonna say it. Yeah, don't kill me, but that's the truth. Beyonce is not.
She got a good team behind her.
She had a good team. She's not a fashion girl in a way that like she can dress easily and like be like, oh wow, this is like, like there's like moment where you see Rihanna, it's effortless. She's not even wearing like anything like extravagant, but what she's doing is just like, oh girl, you did that. But that moment for me was Beyonce moment. Like that dress, that high ponytail, the shoes she was wearing, like the way the dress was on her body, just everything. Zendaya that year also looked amazing. Naomi Campbell looked amazing that year. So like there's multiple black celebrity that year that for me were just like, and that would be my favorite black fashion moment, like 2015 Met Gala for black celebrities.
Wow. Love that. That's also a really good theme that year for the Met. All right.
I got one more question.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about, especially how you were talking about, like, your skills and your arts paying the bill. So when you're doing your like creative production, how much are you balancing your creative expression with commercial viability? Like being able to sell this product as well, because it's like, there are some people who are just like super passionate and they can make some of the dopest things, but it's not a product that's going to reach the masses. It's just so beautiful, you look at it and that's it. So how much are you balancing?
Sounds like Chuck's gripe with haute couture, where he'd be like, I don't understand the function.
I think that's something I struggle with. It's very much what I struggle with, and I think it's also something we haven't talk about. Like, I think breaking into the fashion industry, you also have to think about literally monetizing, like the monetizing version of it.
Yes.
So one thing I've learned is that create LLC. We had to create an LLC for the magazine for Into Black Style. Create an LLC for it. We have my friend. I have the LLC for the creative production company, and I have to make an LLC this year for my styling company, because the thing is, at the end of the day, it's like we are trying to make money out of these things, and then like all the expenses that I spent, like all the money that I spent should be, at the end of the year, I should be actually getting paid for it, because like this is like for my business.
Yeah.
Right. I should not be like paying out of pocket, like all the trips. And I think going back to your question about like how do you make it commercial, like, or how do you make it marketable? Sometimes it depends. So if I'm working for a client, the client have, like, no matter how much I want to push the creative envelope, the client have the last say. So I'm gonna follow the client, because like at the end of the day, like the same thing when we're working for Essence or we're working for the Washingtonian, we had crazy idea. We had an amazing idea. I had like idea out of my head, like popping off. But when the photo director or the creative director of those company were like saying like, okay, what about minimizing this? We had to follow that idea. It's like sometimes you have to compromise your creative vision to pay the bills.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. If I'm doing a project for myself, fuck that shit. Like, I'm like, that's me. All goes. I'm gonna push the envelope however I want it, because I'm doing it for myself.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing it for somebody else, or I'm just gonna follow the person direction. I'm gonna show up myself 100%. But if the person say let's scale it back, I would definitely do it.
Yeah.
Okay. That was it. Go ahead, Andy. What's up?
No, we were just gonna segue to our next section, which is just hot or not.
Hot or not?
Hot or not?
Yeah.
So I was on the internet and I was searching and I saw this fit and I was just like, all right, we have to talk about it. So it is Tiana Taylor. I feel like Tiana Taylor, she pulls a lot of stuff off. Like, she's one of those people that she can kind of almost pull whatever. But this specific piece, I was like, I want to get the opinion on. So she was at the premiere of, I think it was White Man Can't Jump 2. They're doing another one, which that's a whole nother conversation.
Oh, I think they're doing a series.
Okay.
It's gonna be a series on Hulu. Yeah.
Okay.
With
a series.
Yeah, series on.
It's like gonna be a show. Worse to me.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna do a movie.
That was gonna be a movie.
I don't think it's a movie.
Okay. But she pulled up in this like supreme fit that was like a beekeeper outfit, and I just need to know, you guys, how you feel about it. If it's a hot or not. Let's talk about it.
Am I going first?
You could go ahead. I already know how I feel about it.
So I really love just the beekeeper part of it.
What, just the top part?
Is that weird? Like, I feel like the whole outfit as a whole is like giving too much, but like the beekeeper part of it, like I feel like is like really beautiful, and I feel like she could have styled. Like, I feel like she could have done other things for, like, the styling to work. Like, I feel like this would be beautiful if it was, like, she was wearing a dress.
I can see what you're saying now.
Like,
I can see that beekeeper part being
like,
used in accessory. Oh,
if-
look at
yeah.
and Demon
A
Stylist
veil.
bug going up. Okay.
Yeah.
A veil, you get that?
Because it reminds me of, oh my gosh, Grace. It like reminds me of Grace Jones as like, you know, when she would wear the hood, like that. That's the silhouette that I get from it, and I just feel like it would be complemented better if she was wearing a dress with it.
So for me, I love everything except the shoes, and this is where my styling thing come in. Like, and I tell this to my coworker all the time. It's about the flow. Like, it's about the flow in the outfit.
Yeah.
It's very much a flow in the outfit. Like, the shoe is very too specific of a color for the rest of the outfit.
Yeah.
Like, I think she needed something that didn't match with it or but broke the color. Like, if she did something like black or just white by itself, it will broke the color. Like, but by doing something two-tone, she's creating a different thing. She could have even done black heels. Black heels stiletto. That would have been everything with this outfit, because the pants would have went over the heel and you just saw the toes or something. The toes or the heel of the shoe. That would have been epic. And you're right. If it was a dress also, it would have just been like
it would have been
crazy.
Fire if it was a dress.
Like, imagine like that top being extended to like a 60s dress that's like a length, but it's like short. It comes right above her knees, and then she's wearing heels with that or boots about it, and like stocking. That would have been like everything, like just everything. But you're right. She can do no wrong usually, but I just don't like those shoes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think it's something that throws it off a little
It's
bit.
the
But
shoes for me.
Like Andima said,
shoe.
that top piece by itself is an accessory, and I feel that point about the shoes. Something about the shoes just don't do it for me.
Yeah, it's the
So
shoe.
like,
The shoe and the black socks. I'm like, girl, you wearing a white shoe, black socks. I understand it's the Louis Vuitton like Air Force, but girl, no. No.
I didn't even peep that.
yeah, I didn't even peep the black socks, even though I am a culprit of that. But if I do that, I wear long pants, and you cannot see my black socks.
Just like, no. I love her though.
Yeah, no.
Another hot or not I have is Miss Marlowe in those gold hoops that she wore in one of the confessionals for Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, Alex Alexander Vautier.
Yeah. I want to know thoughts on that.
Oh, I don't know why. So people on the internet don't love this look, and I love this look. It's just like and this is probably one of those looks that Marlo did like so well to me, because it's so simple. Her face guard never declined. My God, come on. Like, she is giving it, and those earrings just like, it's beautiful. It's very well done. Very well done. Very well done.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Like, okay, first of all, I'm a big Marlo fan. I'm a big Marlo fashion fan. Like, I like what she does. People were saying online that they liked Gabrielle Union's like treatment of the hoops better. And I'm trying to find it so I can like show you the comparison. And I want to say I kind of agree with them. Like, maybe it's the framing, because she's in.
Yeah, she's sitting.
In the confessional, and I feel like maybe in real life, if I like saw it, I'd be like, oh my God, this is stunning, especially with
it's like
Marlo's
too
stature.
elegant for these
like,
steps behind it. Like, it's way too elegant for these steps behind it.
Like, I think if I saw Marlo like wearing these and standing up and saw the whole outfit, I'd be like, oh, okay, like yes. So I'm just, it's not a miss.
It's not a mess.
It's just maybe an opportunity for like better framing.
We have to see the whole fit too to be
Yeah,
able to really even like it's hard to judge
the full fit
for me without seeing the full fit.
She was wearing like a simple band, like strapless dress, like like a tube dress that she wore on top, and like she had the matching gloves that was there, which is like really good. Yeah, I need to find Gabrielle Union Alexander Mortier.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find it, but everyone's saying the most insane hoops ever. But it's giving. Yeah. I think just the Gabrielle execution was a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Gabrielle.
Yes.
But it's for me, it's the same. It's literally the same. It's
the hair pulled back.
Neck. Yeah, the hair is different. The hair pulled back.
That's now that I see it. That's exactly it.
It's the hair pulled back.
It's the hair pulled back. That's actually the only
it like makes it the star of the show.
Yes.
I see what you mean, but I like that Marlo hair is also up.
Yeah.
But like she did a swoop in front of her face.
The only other permissible way of wearing your hair with those hoops.
Yeah.
Because it's giving like an era of like when black women had the side bang and the updo. Yeah. So like that in itself, okay.
But I feel like also those earrings can be also beautiful with like a full hair, like the hair that Beyonce is having right now for the concert, like something like that. Also like the hair is flowing, wavy,
I feel like it's too much.
I would love it. I would describe my style as simplistic, but also over the top. Like when it comes to accessories. So like, I will wear something very basic and then like throw on like something like an earring like that. I would do like earring like that, or big like bright earring, or a crazy hat. Like that's the type of thing I would do. Or a very colorful bag, colorful shoe. Yeah. That's usually how I am, and I love too, like how people do it like that.
Gotcha.
Me too, but I feel like my hair has to be more tamed when I do that, or else it's too like. For example, like if I'm gonna have like a big old curly hair, I feel like I love accessories, and sometimes I feel like I have to downplay my accessories because the hair is so big.
Got you.
Yeah, that's true. I see it. I still love Marlo. I still love Marlo.
Speaking of Marlo, we've kicked off another season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't even know what season this is. I feel like it's season 12. Oh, Lord.
15?
Don't quote me on
15?
this. 15 sounds more right. Okay, y'all ignore, just, it's a new season. Just know that. I don't know the number.
We don't know the number because we don't really watch it like that. We just catch, to be honest, I catch clips online. I watched the first episode, but I didn't watch
I do watch it, but I'm not like my friends are on it. Like they've watched all of it. Like when it happens, probably in the moment. I'm very much so, I missed that whole season. I'm hearing something like popping off online. I'm gonna like tap back in. That's like my normal vibe.
Very much, yeah.
But I will say that it's one of my favorite as far as the fashion goes. Real Housewives of Atlanta, like compared to like Potomac, I'd just be like,
Potomac don't hang in no fashion.
What y'all doing? Like
Potomac
I'm like, reaching, grabbing for straws, trying to find out who's the most stylish.
They ain't got no. Probably I would say the most stylish for me is in Potomac is what's her name? The short one, the singer, Candace.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah,
that's
Candace is the most fashionable to me.
Now, I will say that Wendy's having some moments.
Yeah, Wendy have some moments.
Wendy's having some moments.
Like reunion moment, she definitely have some reunion moment. Yeah.
There was just a look that I saw recently. I'm not even going to remember what it was. And I was like, okay, Wendy, I see you, sis. She's been having some moments. But it's definitely Candace is just the queen.
Because Candace just like, it's like effortless. Like she have moments I'm like, girl, like this is so good.
Yes.
This is so good. Like why? How did you? This is really good.
She can dress her ass.
She can dress.
She's great.
She can dress.
But in Atlanta, like it's Marlo for me, honey. It's Marlo, and back in the day, Tanya was trying to do a little something as well. Like
Portia. Portia had a moment. Portia had like I feel like Portia like grew like she. Don't get me wrong. Yes. Like when Portia first season, chop every look, chop it like every single look, chop it. But then there's something that happened. She got thicker.
Yes.
She really like got into her own, like even the way she cut her hair.
Yes.
Like she really can. She gave us like moment. Like I was like, this is like a fine black woman. Like
I think Portia looks good, but is she really giving us like elevated style?
she does a wedding. Did you see a wedding?
I saw all her wedding looks. I loved
my God.
the majority of them.
She was like, I
Yeah.
was like, girl, you had like 3 dresses for a wedding.
Yo, she did not come to play with us.
She did not.
She did not come to play.
She looked good.
She looked really good. I was like, okay, little our sister, our
Yeah.
wife, our
Yes.
wife.
My auntie.
Okay, Portia, you one
Yes.
of us. Okay.
Yes. I love Kenya. I'm gonna say I love Kenya. Kenya fashion moment has been growing. Like there was last season she was wearing this silver. She was going to Marlo. She was going to model like fashion show, like kind of like thing.
Okay.
Kenya literally,
Fashion show.
I don't know what it was, but it was something. It was something. But it was cute. I'm not gonna lie. What Marlo wore to that event was kind of cute, but it wasn't cute on her. Like that dress, that puffy dress, it could have been cuter, but the accessory, what she did with it, it was not cute. The hair was not there. That should have a higher hair. Her hair was flowing down. I'm like, no, that dress is already puffy, and it doesn't do anything for your shape, and that's not good. If you was even tall, even a little bit taller, that would have been perfect. But Kenya did that silver, like, that was everything. The boots, it was just like beautiful. Like I was like, girl, you did that moment. Like she really did it. I don't like Candy fashion.
Oh my God.
It's horrible. I'm just saying, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible.
So horrible.
Horrible.
Oh Lord,
It's
it is.
horrible. Oh my
She
God.
just, I'm like, okay, girl.
Horrible.
Okay. Child, and she got all that money. Somebody can help style her? Let me stop.
At this point, it's taste. It's
Because you
taste.
got money don't mean you got style.
I will say, I agree with you, Marlo. Marlo can be hit or miss. Like I like the intentions in most cases. Sometimes she just takes it too far, and it's like,
Yes, I'm like, girl, no.
scale that back. Let's scale that back. What would you say is like the most stylish franchise of the Real Housewives?
I would say Beverly Hills. I and also New York might come. The new New York might come because those New York girls don't play. There's a new New York. It's called New York Legacy. There's a whole new cast. A whole new cast. And I watched the trailer, and then these girls don't play game because one of the women that's on it she was like one of the main fashion buyer for J. Crew. It's like, you remember when J. Crew had that whole like revolutionary moment where J. Crew was so popular, J. Crew style, like, and the way women are dressed, like that's the sweaters, the crop pants, like the whole thing. She's the one that kind of changed that style for J. Crew. So like a lot of the New York girls are like literally do not play with fashion, and I'm glad they finally changed the New York thing because
from
like
the Ramonas and the
because
Lou
I was like,
Anns.
he gave us old New York, he never gave us new New York.
It was
like,
old New York, and it was like old and messy.
Yes,
like, why
messy
y'all
and just
this
like
lit?
and the funny thing is, New York have a lot of money. Like those bitches are rich.
Yes.
They are rich, but they were acting a fool on camera. I was like, no, like no, you can't act like this. Like you have children. Like you have children. Like your children are grown enough also to have children. Your grandmothers. Like stop acting like this. Just so bad. So bad.
A hot mess.
So bad. New York was so bad.
Oh my God.
But that's why I say Beverly Hills for me is like everything because these ladies come. Like you have Dorit, you have
I love Dorit.
you have Jessica. What's her name?
Erica Jane.
Sorry, I say Jessica. Erica Jane.
Yeah,
you even have Lisa Rinna. Even though I don't like her, she's like an awful person. Lisa Rinna came with like also fashion, and then you have the black girl. What's her name again?
Gabrielle. Garcelle.
Garcelle had moment.
Gabrielle Union.
Yeah, Garcelle. Yes, Garcelle have moment.
Garcelle has moments.
Yeah,
she's
she
also hit and miss.
Hit and miss, yeah.
But like when Garcelle has a moment,
She has a moment.
It's a moment.
She has a moment.
And then there's oh my gosh, what is her name? Where I just She
You
be
talking
wearing
about yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know
crazy
what
couture
you're
shit.
talking about. Oh my god, she's from Garcelle.
Why can't I remember her name?
Oh my god. How can I forget her name?
yeah, look
I
her
am
up.
so not happy
it's
that
on the tip of my tongue.
it is literally
Yo, she be really taking me out.
literally. I'm just like, I know exactly.
This is contour.
I know what you're talking about. Oh my god.
Lord, child, why can we?
Sutton.
Sutton.
Oh my gosh, she is crazy. Her fashion is wow, but it's expensive.
It's expensive.
Expensive.
You know if it's Sutton, you know it's expensive. Like she just
Custom made like Dolce
Yes.
Gabbana. Like
And
this
she'll
is
always be
not
talking about it.
playing.
This is la. No one cares, Sutton. It looks crazy on you.
Literally. And I think
hilarious.
also going back to Dorit, and
Yeah.
you said that earlier when we were talking. And I think it's like the reason why a lot of people like Dorit is because Dorit is not afraid to take risks, but she's
Yeah.
also appropriate from black fashion because the
Yeah.
thing is like a lot of the look, like the wigs, the streetwear. She does a lot of like streetwear brand.
yes.
She does a lot
Kind
of
of
logo
streetwear.
mania, like very much like how you see a black celebrity dress.
Yes.
And that's why a lot of black people love her, but
Yeah.
she's just like.
She's definitely biting off our style.
She is,
but
she
she
is.
still looks damn.
She
looks
look
damn
good, she
good.
look good,
Dorit looks
she look good,
good.
she
I
look
said,
good.
girl.
And she's one of those type of people like she know how to spend her money well in fashion.
Yes.
She like very know how to spend her money very well in fashion. She just don't buy fashion. She buy fashion. She buy fashion because she understands like
Yes.
everything
you
about
can tell
it.
it's a passion.
I love
Poor
that.
Chuck, he's like, what? Who are these? Who are
Yeah, I'm
these?
over here just listening. Like,
Who are these
no,
ladies?
some of those names you mentioned, just because you know
You know
I'm pretty
Garcelle.
active on Twitter, like
Yeah.
like the Marlows, the
Okay.
Candy Bird, like
Yeah,
some
yeah.
of those people you named, like I know some of them. I just
Yeah.
I don't watch the show, but yeah, I know some
No,
of those
no.
people that
Yeah,
you're saying.
you don't know
They're
any of the
popular.
Beverly Hills ones though. He's like,
Literally.
who? Kyle, who?
Nah. Garcelle was the only one. That's because I love the Jamie Foxx show.
Child, they
Yeah.
need to get Garcelle a black friend
They
on the show.
do need to get a new black friend on the show. They do.
You know who else is filthy rich? And her style is just what is her name? The woman who's married to the director, the Asian woman.
Oh, Jesus,
And she had that
please.
really expensive Birkin.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She's boring. She is so boring. And that's my problem. So that's the thing. Like people that have money, I say this, people that have money. And it's actually like a trend in fashion now. It's like that because of Succession. The show
Quiet luxury.
Yeah,
Quiet
quiet
luxury.
luxury. And it's annoying. It's in my point, it's annoying because you dress like a bum purposely, like Elon Musk of the world, the Steve Jobs of the world. Like you dress in a uniform, even though it's quality,
Yeah.
it's not fashionable.
Yeah.
It's not fashionable. It's you might be wearing like name brand, like you might be wearing Xenia or Tom Ford or but you have no personal style. That's my
Yeah.
thing. Like you literally can be picked. Like it's the same thing as everybody else is wearing. Like
Yeah.
you have no personal style that make you stand out. That make you like people. And it's funny. The first thing I usually notice about people when I see them is clothing, and it's not in a vain point of view, but it's about how do you put stuff together. Because
Yeah.
you can have the cheapest stuff, but the way you put them together makes you feel like $1 million.
Yeah.
And when you have so much money that you don't know what to do with it, and then you wear something so basic, you still basic.
Yeah,
you
for
might
sure.
wear it might cost like $1 million, but if you don't know how to put it together, you still look basic.
just basic.
And it doesn't
Why
say
even
anything
spend the
about you.
money?
Yeah, why spend the money?
Lord.
Like what spend the money on like it's just I don't understand. I really don't understand.
I can't relate.
And then people, and I feel like the general people want to follow those things. You either want to dress like a rapper or you want to dress like somebody that don't care. And then like I'm like, it doesn't say anything about your personal style.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sucked. And I struggle with that with a lot of my customers that come to the store and be like, "Do you have a marriage?" I'm like, "Why do you wear marriage? You understand the whole thing about Amaris. Do you wear Amaris because you see that Chris Brown wear Amaris, or do you see because Amaris is popular is that the reason why you wear Amaris, or do you like the quality of Amaris clothing? Do you like there's something about the way it fit that like
that is the rapper's favorite
that's the
right
thing.
there.
Like, but like if
rapper's
you wear
favorite denim is Amaris. Oh
like, but if you wear Amaris because of like how like because other people are wearing it, you're not wearing it for yourself. Like you don't understand why. Like for example, I can tell people why I wear Zara. I love Zara because Zara is the only like affordable brand that make pants that fit black men. Because as a black man, you have a problem with pants because we have big thighs naturally. We have a smaller waist. Like you might be like a 29 waist, but your thighs be like 32. So now you have to find a pants that will still accentuate your waist, but still don't feel like you're wearing tight leggings on your.
Child, they're not doing it for the women. I'll tell you
Yes.
that.
No, Zara does it for the men. So I can wear a size like, Zara can wear a size 29, like or a size 30, and he fit even though I'm technically a 29. If I wear 29, it might be a little tighter, but if I wear 30, it's perfect. While other brands don't have, H&M don't have that. ASOS struggle with that. Even expensive brand like COS or like even purple jeans, like purple jeans that everyone wear, they struggle with that. So that's why I rarely wear jeans. I rather wear pants.
Right.
Really?
Because they're more space.
Okay, Zara, go ahead. Good job.
Zara's doing it.
All right, well,
Yeah, I think we wrapping up. That's it.
we wrapping it up. It's been a good conversation.
It's definitely been a good conversation. We appreciate you coming on the podcast. You
No
give a lot of
problem.
information,
Thank
a lot
you.
of good keys. We're looking forward to see a lot of your work out on more publications and stuff like that.
We about
Hopefully,
to see
To your mouth, to God ears, because I'm here for it.
Exactly.
I'm here for it.
and
More work.
That fashion school need to give you that scholarship money.
They
Stop
do. They
playing
need
so
to
you
give
can,
me money.
fully funded.
Fully funded.
I know it's coming. I'm still like New York is still not a no for me. I'm still like thinking about moving. So to see like because like we had a conversation in the car. It's like I really want to do it full time and see like and see whether I succeed or don't succeed. I know that I did it.
Yeah.
But I know if I don't do it, I will be regretting it for the rest of my life. So
Exactly.
that's like, and I think that's my motivating factor. Like no matter how long the process takes to get to where I want to get, I know that like I'm doing it. I'm actively doing it. I'm actively pursuing my dreams.
Yeah.
And that's better to not do it.
Right. Exactly. Where can people find you on social media?
Oh, see, you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name is Arthur X Claude. So ArthurXClaude. On there, you will see pretty much all my work and also all my other social media. So we have the page for Into Black Style, the fashion magazine. We are actually currently working on it to relaunch because post-pandemic kind of like we have so much content that we actually have to release. So many issues that we are working on. And also I have like this fun Instagram that like I do usually with like when I go to parties. It's called Friends on Film, DC. So like I have like a Polaroid camera, and like when I'm out in parties, I just take Polaroid picture of my friends and like just give it to them, and then post it. I haven't posted it lately, but we have a party coming up. We have a brunch that combine what I love, hanging out with my friends and also fashion. It's a pastel brunch coming up on literally next weekend, May 28th. So it's like gonna be from 12 to 3, pastel attire.
Cute.
Yes, and then like bottomless mimosa, bottomless brunch, at a rooftop in DC. It's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
And make sure you follow us. Got This in Black on all platforms.
Yes.
We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts. Check us out. Watch the episodes, like, comment, subscribe, share with the homies as well. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you for coming on again. And
Thank you for having me.
Thank you guys for tuning
Chuck.
in.
Thank you, man.
Y'all be safe. Have a blessed evening, morning, wherever you guys at. Peace.